Hello everyone, Alchemist here. I would like to thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. Today is a tarot reading for you, and it's going to be a pick-a-pile tarot reading, and it's going to be a message from your animal spirit, from your guardian animal spirit. Each one of us has an animal spirit that we resonate with. It could be a known animal from the animals of Earth, or it could be a creature that no one has ever seen before. It could be a mythological being like dragons, like fairies, like mermaids. It could be any other entity that resonates with you. Let's see if they have a message for you. These are usually magical creatures that reside in the spirit realm or in the underworld. They could come from various dimensions. So I'm gonna invite you to pick one of the two piles that I have here. Feel free to pause the video and pick the pile that resonates with you the most, or watch both piles because this is a collective reading. And I'm gonna start with this pile that I'm holding with my left hand. Let's get right to it. And remember that this is a collective reading, so it might not resonate with all of you. Rosmolorn indrech zantros kilerefen aros kulumon zestros serefeken. Okay. Very interesting. We have the Two of Swords that came up here at first. And then we have the Eight of Wands upright, and then we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. So we have 2 and 2 and 8. Your spirit animal here is telling you that the peace you're looking for, the peace that you're desiring, that void inside of you that cannot be filled and will never be filled because it exists for a reason. It will never be filled with financial abundance or money or success or worldly attachments. That void that's within you, you have to be in peace with it. You have to always acknowledge and understand that it's there for a reason. It's going to be there forever as long as you are existing as a soul, no matter where you exist. You exist as a human, you exist as a god, as a demon, as a higher being, as an entity. That void is going to be there. Because it's not about filling that void. That void is part of the bigger void. All of existence is a void. In quantum physics, when you check what composes the atoms, you find nothingness. There's nothing that's solid. The more quantum physicists dig deeper into the quantum level of the atoms to see what's in them, they always find out that there is nothing. Meaning that there is nothing solid, that everything is a void, everything is nothing. All of existence is composed of nothing. The only thing that gives it shape and form as we see it is vibrations. When the atoms vibrate at an exponential level, and some atoms form with others and other atoms forms with others, we start seeing the physical reality that's around us. And that goes for our bodies too. The moment you remove that vibration from the atoms, it becomes a void. There is nothing. I want you to imagine yourself sitting by yourself in a cave, and there's nothing there. There's no sound. There's no people around, there's no animals, there's nothing. It's just the sound of nothing. How long can you stay there? How long can you be there? And you can go for walks, you can go around to check the premises, you can't check if there are people or animals around. How long can you stay there in quietness? Suppose you don't need food, but how long can you stay there by yourself? Most humans cannot do that, and they're not ready to have that experience. People have everything they desire. They have food, they have shelter, they have friends, they have families. They can sustain themselves. They're luckier than many other people in the world, and they still feel depressed. They still feel like they have a void inside. And your spirit animal is telling you this because this animal or this spirit or this being comes from another dimension where physicality don't exist. That's why they're spirits. That's why they're called animal spirit. So they want to make you understand this. They want to help you understand it. So when you feel alone, when you feel like you're all by yourself, like in that cave that doesn't have a door inside a mountain, when you feel like that, know that that's what makes the universe. That is the answer to what the universe is. It's nothingness and quietness and stillness. Vibration gives form and shape, but this vibration is not going to be there forever. One day this vibration might disappear. When it disappears, then everything disappears. Even the heavens and the hells will disappear. In the Hermetic tradition, they talk about the principle of vibration and how it's very important. Everything you're witnessing is just an illusion created by vibration. That's all there is to it. Keep that in mind. What else do we have? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles, Pentacles, both upright. Knight and Queen. And then we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. And earlier we had the Two of Pentacles as well, the first card that showed up here, which was reversed. Your animal spirits, what they want to make you realize is that what's meant for you is going to be for you, no matter what you do. This is going to be hard to explain and hard to even understand by humanity because of the amount of conditioning that has been done on the billions of humans, that when you do something, you're going to get something. You work hard, and that's how you become successful. You go to school and work very hard, and that's how you make money. No. If money is not meant for you, you will never see money, no matter how many PhDs you get. Because the universe is not going to allow it to happen. Because of karma. Because of your deeds. Because of what you are meant or not meant to do. Depending on your life cycles, the amount of lives you've had before, depending on your experiences and on your deeds. Where are you at? Are you at the level where the universe is going to allow you in this lifetime to be rich, to be a millionaire, to be successful, to be maybe a billionaire, to be a trillionaire? Are you at that level on your journey? If you're at that level on your journey to become, let's say, a trillionaire, I'm really trying to make it crazy here for you so you can understand. If you're at the level where the universe is going to allow that to happen for you, depending on your journey as a soul, then it's going to be there. Then you're going to be a trillionaire. Then you're going to be a president. You're going to be a king or a queen or an emperor. Maybe you're going to rule a whole planet. But when you're ready, when the universe is going to allow it. Do you know what I'm trying to say here? That all the people that have what they have what they have because they're allowed to have what they have. Do you understand that? It's not because they worked hard for it. It's not because they're smarter than you. It's not because they're luckier than you. It's just because they are meant to have that at that moment for whatever reason, and that reason none of us know or understand. They're allowed to have maybe billions or trillions of dollars or so much power for a reason that none of us understand. Some people are meant to have certain experiences depending on their journeys as a soul. Forget about even being a human. I'm talking about as a soul. And the same goes for the people who are not meant to have certain things. The same thing goes for the people who are experiencing certain traumatic experiences, accidents, bad things in their lives. The universe is allowing something to happen because it's just. And if you think it's unfair, then maybe you don't know your past lives. You don't know what you've done in your past lives. But it's a blessing that we don't remember our past lives. It's a huge blessing. You know why it's a blessing that when we're born, our memories are erased? Most of them from our past lives. The reason why is because in one lifetime, humans in one lifetime, they become obsessed with so many events. They become obsessed with the people they're attached to, the people they fell in love with. People can't even get over their exes. And they keep wondering if their exes are going to come back to them and get tarot readings about that. People get attached to their jobs, to their families. They get attached to locations. They're obsessed with finding out what the person they've met 10 years ago is doing right now, what their exes are up to. Okay, that's in one lifetime. Can you imagine if you remembered, let's say, 70 lifetimes? Your mind can't handle it. You're going to go crazy. Because can you imagine the amount of events and people you'd want to check on or reconnect with, or the events you're going to be curious about from, let's say, 70 past lives? You can't handle it. And that's why the universe makes sure that your memory is wiped clean before you're reborn. Only the enlightened ones can remember all of their past lives and still retain their calmness and their stillness and not freak out. One of them is Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. The Buddha mentioned to his followers that he was able to remember in detail every past life he has ever had in every dimension. But when you're enlightened, when you're at that level, remembering those past lives doesn't affect you. You know why it doesn't affect you? Because you're not attached. The Buddha was not attached anymore to anything. Because he realized that everything is made out of nothing. He realized that everything is a void, like what I mentioned earlier. When you realize that, it doesn't matter how many lifetimes you've had and how many people you've met and how many things you've done. You're not attached to those things. Go ahead and write in the comment section that you're at that level. Of course, everyone thinks that they're enlightened. Of course, everyone thinks that they're at that level. Of course, everyone thinks that they figured it out. But here's my question to you. You figured it out? Why the heck are you here? Why do you think you're still here as a human being? Because if you figured it out, you wouldn't be here. Okay? If you figured it out, you would not be here. And the money that's meant for you, the path that's meant for you, the wealth that's meant for you, whatever is meant for you is going to be yours, no matter what you do. How many people you hear that they try very minimal effort and they become so successful and so rich and so wealthy? You've heard it from businessmen, from entrepreneurs, from actors, from singers. Some of these famous people who say, oh, well, I just tried this and that, and boom, the next day it happened faster than I thought, and I was successful, and I was known all over the world. You think that's a coincidence? No, the universe was allowing that to happen. It was part of the journey of that soul to become successful and famous at that age. And you heard other people as well who are also businessmen and entrepreneurs and actors and singers who worked so hard and tried everything and they never succeeded in that profession. Those case scenarios actually are much more. They tried everything and nothing panned out for them. You know why? Because again, in that lifetime, they were not meant to experience fame and success. So is everything predestined? Yes and no, because it all depends on your actions. It all depends on karma. It's predestined depending on how you're gonna act and react. Whatever your actions are, that's what you're gonna get. It's predestined in the way your actions are. So if you're meant to be a queen, you're gonna be a queen. And no one is gonna take that away from you. Because the universe stated that you're meant to be a queen, period. It's part of your journey to be a queen and in this lifetime. If it's not part of your journey, it's not gonna be there, no matter how hard you try. What else do we have? The way I'm channeling this message is like an animal spirit. Because animals, they don't speak like us. They're not humans. So the way this message is coming out is more straightforward than a human being would convey it. Because of animals. Animals are straightforward. If they have something in mind, they will let you know right away. If they're hungry, they're hungry. If they want to go out, they want to go out. If they don't like you, they're going to let you know that they don't like you. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. The Four of Cups reversed. And the Strength reversed. Maybe, as I have mentioned earlier, in this lifetime, you don't have fortune, you don't have money, you don't have success. You're not a millionaire or a billionaire or a quadrillionaire. You're not. The Wheel of Fortune is not in your life, no matter what you do. That gives you unhappiness. Maybe it's just not part of your life. And you're always feeling miserable. You're always feeling like the world is against you. Because you're not willing to realize that there is nothing, that you can't be attached to anything. This fortune, this money, this success that you desire so much, that's not meant for you, is also just a form of attachment. It's also nothing. You know what that means? It means the person who has $1 trillion and the very poor person who has nothing and they're homeless on the street, they're the same in terms of wealth. Because both of them, they have nothing. The homeless person, he or she has nothing. The trillionaire, he or she has nothing as well. They just think they have $1 trillion. But it doesn't exist. It's an illusion. Because if it was not an illusion, you would be able to take those trillions of dollars with you to the afterlife, like what the pharaohs thought. That's why they buried their treasures with them, thinking that they're going to take that stuff with them to the afterlife. I'm telling you this because you cannot be attached to this wealth or goals or finances or these things that you desire so much. You cannot be attached to them because they don't exist to begin with. The people who have them and think that they rule the world, they're being fooled. They're fooling themselves by themselves. They think that they are ruling the world, but it's only the universe allowing them to rule the world because they need to experience something out of it. And their karma, their karma is going to be tough. Because when you're given trillions of dollars, the karma that is attached with that, it's incredible. I wouldn't want to have that karma. I would not want to have that. What are you going to do with $1 trillion? You're given that. So what are you going to do with it? Are you ready for that? Because most people are not going to do good. So this unhappiness and this dwelling in misery and depression is an illusion. It's an attachment. You're attached to being depressed. You're attached to being rich. You're attached to being poor. You're attached to this. You're attached to this goal, to that goal. You cannot be attached to anything because the strength and the power that makes you who you are comes from nothing. In Hinduism, the god Shiva, doesn't the word Shiva means nothingness? How many times these sages have to teach humans before humans get it. But only very few humans get it, 1%. Very few humans get this. And it's been thousands and thousands of years. And everyone's just choosing to repeat the cycles over and over. Oh, and by the way, your animal spirit is probably a feline, because this major arcana has this beautiful lion, this gigantic white lion, or it could be like the Atlas lion, who are known to be the biggest lions that have ever existed on Earth. That's your animal spirit. And felines are full of wisdom, knowledge, and they're highly connected to the spirit realm. One last card. Eight of Pentacles again. Meaning that if you follow the flow and the bliss and the wind of the universe, the abundance that's meant for you is going to come to you. We have 8. 8 represents infinity. There's no beginning, there's no end. You're part of everything, everything is part of you. You are everything, everything is you. You are in everything and everything is in you. When you realize that, what's meant for you is going to come to you. It's as simple as that. And you can be attached to the rest. No goals, no ambitions. Oh yeah, what I'm telling you is the opposite of what society is going to tell you. You're going to think I'm out of my mind. But I'm talking about the grand scheme of things. If you need to take an airplane, yes, you have to plan for that. You need to book an airplane ticket ahead of time so you can take that airplane ticket and not miss your flight. You need some planning. I'm aware of those things. I'm aware of the earth reality. But I'm talking about, in the grand scheme of things, goals, ambitions are only mere illusions because they don't exist, because nothing exists. And I'm going to move on to the other pile, which I was holding with my right hand. This beautiful Hermetic Tarot deck. Let's get right to it. Sochlorom xintres marros komok eresh. Zaloron dresh kimech itres fesen. Sorok ileres kumbrach eteteres kummachen. The Two of Swords, which is surprising because the first card I picked for the first pile was also the Two of Swords. You can rewind and watch for yourself. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. And earlier for the first pile, I got the Knight of Pentacles upright. Interesting. And we have the Princess of Pentacles reversed. So here again, in the first pile, it was only about Pentacles. And here we're having the same theme again. We're having Pentacles again. Knight of Pentacles, Princess of Pentacles. Finding out who you are, knowing thyself, finding your peace, finding what makes you who you are with yourself. That comfort is not going to come from anything that's physical. It's not going to come from the worldly, material things. Because materialistic things are superficial. Humans made them, including technology, everything that we rely on, everything that we worship. We worship the physical world. We worship technology. We worship science. Back in the day, it was gods and deities and goddesses. Humans were obsessed with worshiping that. Now our worship shifted towards worshiping the physical realm, worshiping money, worshiping technology. That's the new worship. I mean, you see it with the internet and social media. That's what humans are worshiping right now. You spending 13, 14 hours on your phone every single day and not doing something productive or learning something, you're just watching other things or other people. You're giving your soul, your time to other people through a technology piece. So you're worshiping technology. And addictions are part of that too, by the way. Alcohol, drugs, sex, all of these are physical things. Food, it keeps you stuck into the physical reality. And not only that, it actually destroys your body. Choosing to indulge into the physical pleasures that life gives you is only going to keep you stuck here over and over and over. You will never get out of this world as long as you're attached to your physical pleasures, all of them. What else do we have? Temperance, the major arcana. Death, another major arcana. Two major arcanas. And the Queen of Swords, reversed. The message here is that in order to get out of this loophole that you've been stuck in for many, many reincarnations, is to transform, because the death card showed up here. And this has two meanings. First meaning is that if you keep doing what you're doing, you're only going to see death with the death card. As in, like, you're just going to die and repeat the cycle over and over. The second meaning is that if you want to get out of this attachment to the material world, you have to go through an alchemical transformation. The old you has to die and you have to be reborn again. And in order to do so, you have to go through a period of adjustment with the Temperance card here. You have to do a lot of work. You have to recondition yourself. Delete, erase everything that you think you know, and then relearn new things. So you're going to have to go through a period of adjustments. And this period is going to last many years before you can understand that, oh, this physicality is not what I'm supposed to focus on. I'm supposed to focus on my soul, on my ascension, not on the physical world. This is not about following other spiritual people or following me or following. No, you have to find your own path. You have to build your own path. I'm only here to shed some light on the paths when you walk it. I'm only here through this reading to tell you, hey, this is the path. This is where you need to go. But then you walk the path. I don't walk the path with you. You have to walk it by yourself in the darkness, because the path is dark. And you're going to find for yourself where this path is going to lead you. That's what the Alchemist does. That's what the Master does. That's what the Hermit does. That's why the Hermit in the major arcana of the Hermit card, he's holding a lamp. You know what that lamp serves for? To illuminate the path for other people. But the Hermit does not walk the path with the people. He just shows them. That Hermit, he's also Hermes Trismegistus. Hermit, Hermes. So he's the master that's full of knowledge and wisdom. But he camouflages himself as a hermit. So people think he's just an old man holding a lamp. No one knows who he is. But he's actually Hermes Trismegistus, who holds the wisdom of the universe. But he's going to show you the path with his lamp. But you have to walk it. No one else is going to walk that path with you. But in order to do so, in order to walk that path and get to the level where you need to walk that path, you have to first get rid of all of the programs and all of the habits that were bad, that don't serve you. But don't get fooled, because and I've met these people, a lot of spiritual people who claim to be spirituals or gurus. They will tell you see what I'm saying? They will say it. I know that what I'm saying is not unique, because a lot of other people will say this. But then the moment that camera turns off, and I've met these people, and I was shocked. The moment that camera turns off, they start drinking, they start smoking, they start saying things that are astonishing in a negative way. You wouldn't believe the things they say. But when the camera's on, they portray themselves as enlightened beings. But if you're a true seer, if you have the gift, you will see through these people right away. Just from the first word they utter, you will know if they're bullshitting or not. It doesn't take that long to figure out what kind of people they are. And that's why you're not supposed to walk your path with someone. You're supposed to walk it by yourself. What else do we have? The sun reversed. You're supposed to walk this path in the darkness. And in the darkness, there is no sun. But the sun only gives light during the daytime. The other half is dark. So this journey that you're about to take on is all about darkness. And darkness is not bad. The moment you think darkness is evil or bad, it's game over for you. You're going to be stuck in this physical reality. Because darkness is light and light is darkness. Taoism talks about this. What do you think the yin-yang logo stands for? They're the same. They are the same. Light is darkness, darkness is light. Even in your Christian religion, it says, let there be light. From where? From darkness. Because before light, there was darkness. Before light, there was no light. Dogmatic indoctrination is messing up the minds of millions of humanity. It makes you confused. Because even the people who preach religion, they are also confused. And the sun, which is this light that's just reflected to us, we don't even know what it is. No one has been there. No one has been there. So to claim that we know what the sun is ludicrous. Humans think that they are the gods of the universe, but they're not. First of all, figure out your own soul, and then let's talk about the sun and what the sun is, and what's light and what's darkness. Figure out who you are first, before condemning darkness. The Wheel of Fortune. In the first pile, the Wheel of Fortune was reversed. Here it's upright. Meaning that for this pile, Wheel of Fortune is meant for you. Not because you're better than the first pile. As I said, for the first pile, because the universe is allowing it to happen to you for your own soul's journey. At this point, on your soul's journey, you're meant to have the Wheel of Fortune. That's it. Don't be attached to it. The first pile shouldn't be attached to it, and you shouldn't be attached to it, even if it manifests. Don't be attached to it, because it's still an illusion, even if it's there in your life. The King of Pentacles reversed. Justice card reversed. Just going to show you before. And the Nine of Cups reversed. All of them are reversed. So meaning that this Wheel of Fortune that's meant for you, the universe is allowing it, but it's not for the sake for it to make you the king or the queen. And this Wheel of Fortune is not going to bring you any happiness. The Nine of Cups reversed. Because you should make yourself happy. Because what's given to you is given to you based on your actions and karma. It's based on what you need to experience. Because you need to figure out first your own path that you need to walk. You need to figure out your soul. Because if you figure out your soul, then you will be at peace. Then you will be happy. Then you will become victorious. Then you won't be attached to the physical reality anymore. You won't be attached to fortune or money or success or billions or trillions of dollars. You'll know that you're here to learn, to grow, and that's it. That's all there is to it. No attachment. One last card. The Hanged Man. not a major arcana. That's it. You're here to be in this hanged position so you can unlearn everything you think you know and figure out your soul. Figure out who you are. No distractions, no goals, no ambitions, no wants, no needs. You walk on your path to uncover who you are. That's what I have for the second pile, and this is the message that's coming from your animal spirits. And for you guys, the Six of Wands cards, this caught my attention. It's the head of an eagle or a bird or a phoenix. It's two heads. So that's probably your animal spirit. It's an avian being. It could be a legendary one like the phoenix, or it could be an eagle, which represents power, strength, the element of fire, courage, bravery, and not being scared to embrace your darkness and walk your path. Okay? Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this reading resonates. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Zoch miresh, laros mich is rashochen is nosh.